Good morning. I'm meteorologist Tammy Souza. We're going to put a button on this storm that came through overnight. It was pretty impressive for some of the area. The rest of the area, not so much. One of those places that had this impressive snowfall, over a foot in some areas in the Poconos, was here, Blue Mountain. This is the line. Look at the lift line. It is endless with people just trying to get up onto the mountain and coming down. Such beautiful fresh snow and such a nice sight to see, especially for all those ski resorts that needed it so badly in the Poconos. Another place with a beautiful coating of snow, and you can still see some snow coming down. We're going to see some light snow showers periodically in the Poconos and the Lehigh Valley right here in Bethlehem. So Bethlehem picking up about 5 inches of snow. Philadelphia, just cloudy skies, maybe a quick sprinkle. We'll see that into the early afternoon. Otherwise, things are pretty quiet, and we actually may get a little clearing later on in the day. In fact, speaking of that, let's go to Cape May. That is blue sky. I'm looking at some blue sky down there. Just the tip of the shore has that going on right now. And the waves have calmed down a bit. They were really rough this morning. They will be rough again by the time that we get into Tuesday. We have a big storm. I would call it a major storm, but not a winter storm coming in. We'll cover that in just a moment. But let's talk about some of these impressive snow totals. How about that? 13.5 inches at Pocono Pines. I've freshened this list up. So some are the same, some are different. 11.1 inches in Jim Thorpe. Whitehall Township looking at 6.5 inches. You had 6 inches in Easton, 5.1 inches in Bethlehem, and Emmaus coming in at 4 inches. So not too bad for the Lehigh Valley and the Poconos. And let's go ahead and take a look at East Coventry Township in Chester County, 3 inches. East Rock Hill Township, 2.5. Eagleville, 2 inches. Norristown in Montgomery County, 1.9. About 0.3 of an inch in Bryn Mawr, and Philadelphia, just a trace. So from the city, as you headed north and west, that's where we started to see that snow build. And because the rain moved in too quickly, it really cut some of these snowfall totals off. But it was pretty to look at, wasn't it? Take a look at all of this. These are the snow reports. Some of them are rain reports, or there was substantial rain, 1 to 2 inches of rain, but a lot of this is snow. A little bit of wind, but all snow. I don't think I've ever seen a 24-hour period filled in as much as you can't even pick out where the states are with all of this. So really a lot of snow and snow reports coming down, especially on up into New York, northern New Jersey, and now pounding in New England. For us on the backside of this system, it is beginning to wind down. You can see those shades of purple, the flurries flying. You have to kind of get away from the city to see that. The temperature is too warm, so it's changing over to rain once it gets here. But you may see a flurry flying in upper Bucks or Montgomery, maybe up into the Lehigh Valley, and certainly into the Poconos before this winds down. So here we go. Through the noon hour, we're going to see clouds and maybe an isolated shower or flurry. But by the night, we've cleared out. Here we are. 10:30 tonight. Skies are mainly clear across the area, and the storm is long gone. And then Monday unfolds to be a beautiful day. Take a look at this. Clear skies out there. It'll be seasonable. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 40s. So just a glorious day. Enjoy it, because then things go south again. Or I should say they come up from the south again. We actually have a storm system that will track in from the south and southwest, and it's going to bring the clouds in from that direction, and it will bring a very warm flow of air in from that direction. We have a jet stream that will come through and will really stir things up and bring in air that is about 52 degrees. So that means a lot of melting. We'll talk about that storm in just a minute, but let's get through today. 43 in Philadelphia, 46 down the shore, and 39 in the Lehigh Valley. Again, you can see a little bit of sunshine breaking out here and there, not so much in the Lehigh Valley. Tonight we're going to be in the low 30s, 33 in Philadelphia, 33 down the shore under clear skies. We go to Lehigh Valley. All of you will be still chilly at 28 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Now, here's what to expect this week. A beautiful and sunny Monday. No problems with Monday. But Tuesday, you're going to need to really pay attention to everything. A powerful storm is coming in, much stronger than the storm that came in last night. And this thing is going to be all rain and thunder and wind and flooding and coastal erosion. It is a really, really substantial storm system. We have a next weather alert that's been issued for Tuesday because you need to be prepared for this thing. It's out here in the southwestern United States. You can barely make out this trough right here that it's digging into, but it's going to come across the country, and then that trough is going to kind of tilt this way. So that storm system is going to have to back in, and when it comes out, it'll kind of come out, tilted to the north, maybe even the northwest a little. Well, that gives it even more time to strengthen. And when you see those troughs that are tilted that way, they mean a lot of rain or a lot of snow or severe weather, and that's what we're going to deal with as we head into our Tuesday. So we say goodbye to the storm system pounding New England right now, and we have a little bit of activity on the backside. central part of the country. That is our beautiful Monday, and then we await this storm system. Already out west, they have just a slew of watches and warnings that have been issued. Blizzard warnings, rain warnings, heavy snow warnings, the whole bit. And these will make their way across the country. On top of that, as this makes its way across the country, you'll start to see the severe threat across the Gulf Coast. And by the time we get into Tuesday, it's going to be creeping up the eastern seaboard. I've been watching every day, and every day this goes a little further north, a little further north. I won't be surprised to see us included in some of this by the time we get to Tuesday, because this is pretty far out. They usually don't issue something like that 3 or 4 days out, which is what they have done. So here's what you need to know. That storm is going to arrive midday on Tuesday. The heaviest rain, the highest winds are going to be from the evening through the overnight hours. So probably from about 5 in the evening, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 in the evening, all the way through about 2 in the morning. And the winds will really be howling at midnight. That's when we could see those 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's right, gusts between 50 and 60 miles an hour, including Philadelphia. The rain will be 1 to 3 inches, locally 4 inches, but let's factor in the fact that this is saturated ground. We actually had all of this rain, 1 to 2 inches, on top of ground that was already saturated. So it's saturated. There's no more that it can absorb. On top of that, we have all that snow, and that snow will melt because this is a very warm storm. So then you have all this water that has to run off somewhere. So we're very concerned about the flooding potential with this. Also, because the winds will be howling so high, power outages are a big deal. And beach erosion and coastal flooding. I think that the beaches are really going to be in trouble with this one. Here's our storm come Tuesday morning. It's approaching. You can see the bulk of it still off to the south and the west. And about, 11 o'clock, already some light showers making their way into the area. Heavier rain making its way into the area through the late afternoon and evening. This is your evening commute. It'll be a mess. So plan accordingly and stay with us here to see if the time shifts at all. But this is going to test your patience. Then you get a little bit of a break. But here we go. 11 o'clock at night, we get this line of what could be some thunderstorms moving through and extremely heavy rain. Covers the entire area. This doesn't exit until about, 2 in the morning, and then it's gone, but the damage is already done. On the backside, very gusty winds come in for our Wednesday, maybe a spotty shower in the morning before we clear out. So how much rain are we talking about? Again, 2 to 3 inches of rain, locally higher amounts up to 4 inches. Where's that going to go? It's got to run off someplace, so we're going to have some localized flooding. Tuesday, it'll be a very low impact commute in the morning. But you are going to have to know that coming home it is going to be difficult, because that's when we're going to have the heavy rain. The winds will start to pick up. There's possibly going to be some localized flooding. That will continue into early Wednesday morning. Now, Wednesday morning will be high impact, not because the heavy rain is coming down, but because the rain's already come down. And you could have some flooding, some roads closed because of that, power outages. You could have some trees down. You could be rerouted. So Wednesday morning will be a high impact commute. And by Wednesday evening, that goes down to moderate, and that's because, no, the rain isn't falling anymore, but we're watching those rivers and streams rise, because now all the runoff is going into them, the melted snow, and it takes usually 24 to 48 hours for those to actually peak, especially the bigger rivers. So that's what we're going to be watching. Let's take a look at the winds. 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, not so bad, 10, 15 miles an hour. Then we get up around 20, 30, 40 miles an hour at 4:30 in the afternoon. Watch what happens. We kick it to about 11 o'clock at night. As this storm is coming through, the winds start to calm down in the Lehigh Valley and Berks County on the backside of it, but as it comes through Philadelphia, 61-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible, 65 down the shore. Now, they may be different than this. Somebody may get 55, somebody may get 59, but I want you to understand that these are going to be very high winds while you're asleep or getting ready to go to bed. So you got to keep an eye on this storm for Tuesday, and we are going to be here keeping you up to date, starting tonight, tomorrow, and all day Tuesday and into Wednesday. 43 for today, 45 tomorrow, beautiful day tomorrow, 52 on Tuesday, lots of melting snow, very heavy rain, flooding potential, high wind potential, coastal erosion potential, maybe even some thunderstorms out there. So this is going to be a very ugly afternoon and night. And then it starts to clear out later in the day. Wednesday, it will be windy on Wednesday, and that's when we're going to watch for those rivers and streams to peak out. And then we're going to have a quiet Thursday. Thursday's a nice day, 47 there with sunshine. 48 Friday, clouds start to increase, and yes, another storm system on the way in, Friday night into Saturday, and guess what? It's another wet one, not snow with that storm system. We'll keep you up to date on all this. You just stay with us right here at CBS News, Philadelphia.